You have made great progress in understanding what you really need to pass the CISSP exam. We have covered the strategic change in thinking, the importance of risk based thought, and how every CISSP choice is about balancing security with business needs. You have learned why just remembering is not enough, how to avoid common exam tricks, and how risk answer guide every question. But even with all that knowledge, CISSP question can still feel like too much, and that is because they are made to be that way. You will face situation where every answer seems correct or where one tricky word change everything. So even with everything you have learned up to now in this course, how do you regularly pick the right answer on the exam? And that is where the bars method comes in. The bars method is proven four-step system that breaks down CISSP question quickly and correctly. So you can stop second guessing and start answering with confidence. In this lesson, I will show you exactly how to use BARS method to master even the hardest CISSP questions. Now, as we have talked about all through this training, CISSP exam questions are made to be tricky. This is because the exam tests your skill to strategically handle risk rather than tactically answer with technical fixes. Like most of us do for work, so you will see wrong choices that seem correct but are not the best answer. You will see keywords that changes the whole meaning of the question, and you will see situation that test if you can think like a security leader, not just like a technician. And that is why you need a system to handle every question step by step. But the system does not work without all the base from all the earlier lessons. So let us break down the burst method. First, B stand for break down the question. Find the key phrases like most, fast, or best, or other keywords or key phrases that you see in the question. A stand for apply. Apply is a risk-based filter. Think like a leader, not like a technician. R stand for remove wrong answer. This is taking out wrong choices that are too technical or not related to question. And then S, select the best answer. Choose the one that best matches governance, risk, and compliance. So that is the formula. Now let's break down each step in detail and then let us see it in action. Step 1, break down question. So before jumping straight to the answer choice, you want to study the question itself. I often tell students read the question, then read the question again before you look at the answer. This will help you to understand the problem in the question that you need to solve. Using the answer in front of you, find keywords like most, fast, best, and least. This will show what the question is really asking of you. Next, we need to decide the situation. In this question about the risk management is about compliance. It is about operation or it is about governance. So we need to find out. Then we want to see what role you are playing, like acting, you are a security engineer or security analyst or a risk manager or so on in the question. This is why a leader mindset. So that is the reason it is so important. Leader choices are different based on the situation and role that you are expected to take. For example, you might be asked what is the best way to lower insider threat in an organization. The keyword best tells that many answers might be good, but only one of them is going to the most effective. So lower also suggests risk management. So you need to take the role of a risk manager in this case. Is that clear? So I hope so. Now let us move to step 2. This is to apply a risk-based filter. CISSP exam is all about risk management. So you need to look at everything through a strategic risk-based filter, not a technical. or tactical. I need to fix this now filter. So when reading the answer choices, you need to ask yourself, does this answer lower the risk in a cost smart way? So you also want to think about business priority. Does this match the organization's goal? Then you want to choose the answer that balances security with business needs. Going back to the earlier example of lowering insider threats, a technical fix like a endpoint watching of data loss prevention might help. But security awareness program could be a more effective business match plan. This aim to stop the risk where it starts, which is the insider, not the technology. We want to change the insider threat behavior rather than make up for it with the technical controls. Is that clear? Do you see how this all connected? Now let us move to step 3. This is to remove the wrong answer. CISSP question always include wrong choices that seem correct but are not the best pick. And the common thought is that there are usually two answers that can be taken out pretty quickly. So we want to take out or remove those answers that are too extreme, like stopping all remote access for good or building a whole new data center. Those are huge hits to the business and will not normally support business or security goals. They are more panic based, fix it now kind of answer. You also want to remove answers that are too technical, like changing kernel level access controls or manually resetting filtering rules on a firewall. These do not handle the wider security governance. And lastly, you want to throw out any answer that do not match risk-based choice making, meaning any pick that does not judge, rank, or handle risk in a strategic way should probably be removed. For example, if a question asks what action to take after finding a weakness, an answer like update at once might seem correct from a technical and tactical viewpoint. But if the situation involves a key life system where stop time could hurt the business, a risk based method is much more fitting. That would rank judging the business hits, thinking about other controls, accounting for compliances, and planning a fix according to the change of control rules. These also match with industry based practices. And that brings us to step 4, which is the finally select the best answer. You want to pick the answer that matches with governance, risk, and compliance. You also want to pick the answer that handles the main issue that is found in the question. And you want to answer with something that shows strategic security choice making over tactical or technological fixes. So let us walk through an example. A bank has seen a rise in phishing attack aimed at workers. The chief information security officer has been asked to lower these events. Which of the following plans would be the most effective in greatly lowering the success rate of phishing attack? A. Using SPF, DKIM, and DMARC for email checking. B. Doing regular phishing awareness training and fake phishing tests. C. Making a strict email filtering rule that blocks all outside email with files. D. Needing multi-factor authentication for all worker logins. Now, using the bars method, we will start with breaking down the question. The key phrase in this question is the most effective, meaning we need to choose the best fix to lower the successful phishing attack, not just limit their hit. Since the CISO is involved, we should think from a strategic risk based view, focusing on governance and human behavior rather than just technical controls. Applying risk-based filter, phishing is a human problem. Attacker tricks user into giving credentials, okay, by clicking bad links or downloading malware. So this is the risk. Now let us remove any wrong answer. While security tools like email checking and MFA can help, they do not stop phishing from succeeding in their first place. SPF, DKIM, and DMARC help stop email faking, but they do not stop phishing attacks or phishing emails from being sent. Attacker can still use hard accounts or domains that look like real ones. Strict email filtering that blocks outside files is too limiting and can hurt business work. While failing to stop phishing attacks that use bad link instead. MFA is a strong security control, but it only lowers damages after a phishing attack has already happened. Worker can still be tricked into giving private information or approving fake MFA request. So when we look at all of that, then the best answer is going to be B, doing regular phishing awareness training and the fake phishing test. Phishing succeed because users fall for it, and the most effective way to lower its success rate is to train workers to see and avoid attacks. Regular training improves awareness while phishing test strength learning through real world practices. Unlike technical control, a well trained team gives a lasting defense against social engineering. So now, do you see how this works? The box method works for every single CSSP question you will come across. Let us talk through another just to show you an organization wants to better its login process to lower the risk of credential-based attacks. Which of the following ways gives the strongest login security? A. Using multi-factor authentication with biometrics. B. Needing user to change password every 60 days and follow complexity rules. C. Making single sign-on with strong password rules. D. Using challenge-based answer question as a second login factor. Now, let us break down this question. The key phrase here is the strongest login security, meaning we are looking for most effective way to protect against credential based attacks. Nothing more, nothing less. The question is about login, not general access management. Now, let us apply a risk-based filter and remove any wrong answer. Credential-based attack, such as phishing or brute force attacks, usually use password weakness. The best logging method should lower reliance on the static credential and bring in multi-strong factor that attacker cannot easily break. So the right away B standouts, needing password changes every 60 days can lead to weak user behavior, okay, like reusing similar password, and it does not stop phishing attacks. This is also why NIST gives clear guidance against the NIST SP 863B, which is also as a best practice. So B is clearly out. Single sign-on with strong password rule is easy, but still relies on password, which can be stolen. But it is not a bad answer. So let us keep that one. How about D? Challenge answer questions are weak because answer can be guessed, stolen, or social engineered. So D is definitely out. So it is between A and C. MFA using biometrics is the strongest pick because it joins something you are in biometrics and something you know, or maybe a password. It is a two-factor login in this case rather than single-factor login using single sign-on. This makes harder for attackers to break into an account even if their credentials are stolen. In other words, it lowers the risk. So always rank multiple separate login factors for strongest security. Do not let password rules or buzzword like single sign-on. MFA is the strong factor, like biometrics is the best defense, right? So this formula is helpful for exam question and I hope you are catching into it. So remember, B stand for break down the question. Find the phrases like most, fast, or best. A stand for apply, a risk based filter. Think like a leader, not a technician. R stand for remove wrong answer. Take out the wrong choices that are too technical or not related to the question. And A stand for select the best answer. Choose the one that best matches with GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. And again, CISSP exam is not about remembering terms and facts. It is about strategic thinking, strategic risk making choices. And if you follow the BARS method, you will find the best answer almost every time. Now, in the next lesson, I want to go over why you are overthinking CISSP question and how to stop doing that. This will help you to use the BARS method some more and answer any question with confidence. So I will see you in that next lesson. Till that, see you. Take care. Bye bye.